tapping some of that financial rescue dough for the auto guys, but Michigan Republican Congressman Thaddeus McCotter has no problem with that. Congressman, good to have you back. What do you make of that now the White House could pull a fast one here?
Well, first, you're having a show about nutty and nasty in Washington, and you thought of me. I appreciate that. It's very kind of you. Look, the president has all along said that he was loath to utilize TARP funds for the... that we could not have the auto industry go into bankruptcy because of the damage it would do to the economy, the people that worked in the industry, and it would also lead to massive foreclosures that would undermine the stability of the credit markets. When Congress failed to act upon a reasonable compromise that had a bridge loan out of existing funds targeted at the industry in addition to a pre-packaged restructuring process, the president has been left with no choice. So it was not that the president pulled a fast one. It's that the president swiftly responded to the circumstances of Congress, especially certain senators, from accepting what they had.
No, Congressman, what Senator Corker is saying is that there might have even been a deal and an understanding last night that with a wink and a nod, the president was not going to let this thing tank, and that the unions weren't going to go so far to make big concessions because they knew they had this in their back pocket.
Well, if he's saying that the unions and George Bush are so close that they could run that kind of operation on him, I would be surprised by that. In the end, Neil, it's not just nutty and nasty in Washington. There are some consistencies where over the generations we've seen senators make missteps and blame them on other people.
Well, you know, you could call it a misstep or you could call it just crazy inconsistencies, right? You're quite right to say that now things have been switched and that what was supposed to be a bank financial rescue that in itself was full of holes is now being sort of earmarked for everybody. Auto guys, if you're not doing well, you have some money. Those behind on their mortgages, you're not doing well, here's some money for you. So doesn't this fuel the doubt about rescues in general when not only do you change the rules about what the money is going to be used for, but the amount of money that you're going to be spending to use it?
Well, Neil, I made the mistake of reading the bill, and I didn't vote for it, but some of the people who voted for the bill and said now that the rules are being bent should go back and check on what they affirmed. The reality is there was a clause in the Wall Street bailout bill that said that if you didn't use the TARP, there was a general catch-all phrase where the Treasury could buy financial instruments from institutions that could affect financial market stability. And that is the clause that has allowed much of what has aggravated a lot of people to happen. This would be no different. Again, under the logic, if financial instruments such as their stock were to go into bankruptcy, the secured creditors, what happens
so
then
it would pass the definition then. Technically, it has become what it was intended to be.
Yes, again, ironically, that's one of the reasons I didn't support it.
All right. Well, it's a very good point. Congressman, thank you very much.
Thanks, Neil. Sorry I couldn't be nastier and nuttier.
No, you were great. You were great. And sorry for the audio problems, but we resolved them. Well, the scandal's